welcome back to FPP this semester. We are so excited to kick off the semester with Jessica from Frazier and Deeter. So we also have Wee here with us, who is our new BAT president. So I'm going to let Wee introduce himself, and then we are going to get started talking about entrepreneurship and public accounting with Jessica. So it should be a good few minutes of this interview.
Happy February, everyone. My name is Hui Vu. I'm from Madison, Alabama, and I'm so excited to be the BAT president this semester. And I'm really thrilled to start off with FPPs.
Awesome. Well, like I mentioned, we have Jessica here, who is a principal as well as the COO at Frazier and Deeter. So I'm going to hand it over to her to kind of introduce herself, talk a little about the firm, and talk about her unique role as a principal and the COO, kind of how she got there.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And War Eagle, everyone. It's good to be able to talk to some Auburn students. Like you mentioned, Hallie, my name is Jessica Weissinger. I am an audit principal at Frazier and Deeter, and I'm also the COO over the audit department. So my background here is a little crazy, a little bit of a unique situation at Frazier and Deeter, which is why it fits with your topic for today pretty well. I started at Frazier and Deeter as an intern, went back to Auburn for my master's degree, and then started full-time 13 years ago. I did my first couple years just as a regular old audit associate and audit senior, and quickly realized I had a passion for teaching and training, and thought about going back to school to get my PhD. I have no idea how professors do it because I quickly realized another 5 years in school was not what I wanted. So I talked with a bunch of advisors here at Frazier and Deeter, and they helped me kind of make my own position where I was in charge of all of the internal trainings for the audit department, as well as part-time still doing client work. So my role morphed a little bit into being in charge of training and learning for a couple of years. And then within this past year, as I got promoted to principal, at the same time, around the same time, I took over a lot more administration and operations duties for the audit department. So about a year and a half ago, I also became the COO over audit operations. So I work directly with our partner in charge of audit to work on resource planning, budgeting, really anything that has to do with running the audit group and making sure that we are servicing our clients and keeping our people top of mind falls within my threshold now. So I've got a unique background. Like I said, I'm still serving some clients, but for the most part, I'm more internal facing and really focused on the people development in our audit practice.
Audit for the win.
Yes.
I'm so excited for the experience. So one of the questions I was wondering, what does Frazier and Deeter do? I know that one of the core values is entrepreneurship, the spirit in that. What does Frazier and Deeter do to encourage their employees to have that mindset of entrepreneurial spirit in public accounting?
Absolutely. So Frazier and Deeter has a long history of entrepreneurship, actually. We have a lot of spin-off sister companies that have started from former Frazier and Deeter employees who went the traditional tax or the traditional audit route, got a lot of experience, got to that manager level, and then decided, you know what, I'm going to take this skill set and do something slightly different. Still a little bit related. Our client bases overlap, but let me talk to the managers and partners and see if this is something that we can work out. Our leadership team has always been really open to hearing those ideas and taking chances. We've had some that have been extremely successful. We've had others that have fizzled and, not been as successful as we would have liked, but that hasn't stopped our leadership team in the slightest. Thinking through new ways to service our clients, new ways to give our people new opportunities by opening new offices, new service lines, creating this new leadership structure that now has a COO over each of the practices. So our leadership team is very open to ideas and loves listening to ideas that our people come up with.
That's so exciting, and that kind of seems like a way to, keep people within the firm when they, want to expand to do something outside of, the traditional public accounting. That seems like a way to keep great people within the firm, which is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. That's our biggest thing here is when we know public accounting, it's the nature of the beast that people tend to, get a certain amount of experience and then look elsewhere. What we're really focused on is trying to just develop the best business advisors that we can, and do what we can to keep them in-house. Once we've poured our time and dedication into them, we hope we've built some loyalty into our employees as well. And that if they're interested in a new opportunity or something different, we hope that everyone just feels comfortable speaking up and letting us know. If it's something we can make work, we're going to try really hard to make it work to keep employees at Frazier and Deeter.
So that's really awesome. What kind of benefits have kind of transpired from those employees who have, unique skills or talents or career goals that, they can bring to the table outside of traditional public accounting work?
Absolutely. So we have, like I said, a couple sister companies that have started. We had a couple former managers create an investment firm. So they're housed in our same office space here, and they service a lot of our same clients, but they're focused on wealth advising, so helping our clients in that regard. And as far as our people, I feel like people get a lot of opportunities by the fact that we are opening new offices. They're able to move between offices. We recently acquired a consulting firm as well. And so people are kind of able to do a rotation through our consulting practice and see if that's something that really speaks to them a little bit more than traditional public accounting. And I really just feel like having built better business advisors, people that have more than just a traditional audit or traditional tax skill set, brings massive benefits back to the audit practice or the tax practice, because that makes our people just more well-rounded, having more of these experiences.
It's not all about accounting with Frazier and Deeter. It's, developing a career for the people that you invest in. And so if they are interested in audit or tax or something else like consulting or wealth management investments, they are able to do that. And that's one of the coolest things about Frazier and Deeter, that they offer the opportunity to do so. Good.
Absolutely.
So my last question for you, Jessica, is, as a student going through recruiting, what advice would you give to for students that are going through this process right now and they are aspiring to do more than just tax or audit?
Yeah, so I would definitely say kind of what you said is really look at those firms that you're interested in and see what their different career paths are. See if they offer services other than just traditional audit and traditional tax, that you could potentially get an internship, an internal internship with, or rotation through, or even just experience by talking to the managers and partners in whatever practice that is. So I think it's important that you do your research on the firms and make sure they're big enough to offer the multiple service lines that you're interested in or potentially interested in the future, but also small enough that they're going to recognize and understand the need or the want or the passion for people to move between those departments to really get that full business advisor set of skills.
That's great advice. That would be such a perk to have a firm where you can start off, learning about audit or tax, the traditional things, and then kind of let your career take off from there, all within the same firm. That sounds like a really exciting opportunity.
Yeah, that is definitely what has kept me at Frazier and Deeter over the 13 years. Is they've really allowed me to make my own career path. It's a very unique one, but we have plenty of people at the firm that have very similar experiences over 10 or 15 or more years, have had their own unique experience. So Frazier and Deeter is pretty open to those unique career paths that give people the opportunities to really align their passions with the public accounting industry.
Well, that is awesome. So I think that is all the questions we have to wrap up our first FPP of the semester. So we want to thank you again for taking time out of, I'm sure, your busy schedule. It is busy season. So thank you again, and War Eagle.
Thank you for having me, War Eagle.
War Eagle.